So as promised, I'm going to be creating all the bots that you request me to create on the comment section, either on YouTube, which is Money8GG, or on TikTok, which is Money8GG. I don't have any other platforms. I don't have a WhatsApp group. I don't have a Telegram group. So anyone who tells you they're part of my group, they're lying to you. So the only thing I have is I can send you, we send once a month emails, and we have a YouTube and we have a TikTok. So all the bots that I create, you can find them on the custom bots page on free.money8gg.com. So you just click on the bot that you want. For example, AI with entry. You just click load, and that bot is gonna open. And all that you need to do is run it and use it. So let me go back to bot builder. This is a reset button. So I'm just gonna click reset because I want to create a bot from scratch. So somebody requested I create an accumulators bot which checks if the last digit is 0 or 1 on a 4% growth rate. I take my profit at 10% of my stake. So they have noticed that strategy is working, so they want to automate it, and I'm here to help them automate it for free. So as explained, on the left hand side we have blocks menu. Here we have reset. Here we have import. If you have your own bot, you can just click here and then click local and select the XML and import it onto the platform. This is a sort blocks. I'm going to show you how to use that. These are the charts. So you can be able to see the index charts if you're trading indexes or whatever you're trading. And then this is trading view, the same one that you see on implementation. This is the same trading view here. There is undo, this is redo, this is a zoom in, this is a zoom out. With that said, remember we are creating an accumulators bot. So on the market, leave it as derived continuous indices, volatility 10, not 10 1s. They told me it works on indexes mostly. So use 10 index, 25 index, 50 index, or 75 index, whichever you choose. So use indexes market. Then on up and down, come down to accumulators. So you can see it only has a buy contract. So we're going to buy when on growth rate 4% and the last digit is 1 or the last digit is 0. So change this to 4%. So the higher you go, the riskier it becomes. 4 and 5% are more risky than 1, 2, and 3%. But let me show you. So our take profit will be, first of all, go to utility, variables, click stake, and then set stake. Put that in the run once block, and then come to math, drag and drop number 0. If you come to math and check this number, enter an integer or fractional number into this block. Please use dot as decimal separator on the fractional numbers. So once you put that, I don't want to ask the user for the stake, so I'll just put my stake. I have 7.16, so I'm gonna use no, I'm gonna use $1, and then on variables, come and drag and drop that stake there. And then what is the take profit? So the take profit is 10% of your account. So 10% of 1 is 0.1. So because they told me they are aiming for 5 ticks. So if you go to accumulators, you see that it takes like 5 ticks before it breaks. So let's create now the part that triggers the bot. So close the utility, come to not analysis, open utility again, come to logic, and then conditional block. I want to use this if else. What this means in layman terms is it first checks the if block. For example, 1 is equals to 1. If that is the true, it does what is in between here. Else if 2 is equals to 2, so it does what is here. And then else if none of these above 2 are true. So I'm just going to drag that if else if statement and put it there on the purchase conditions. Let me zoom out a bit for you to see clearly. So there are 3 things that we're going to use. First of all, we're going to have a variable entry point. So what digit do we want it to trigger to be the last digit, and then it triggers? So entry point 1 and entry point 2. So I call the first entry point and the second entry point 2. So we need to set these entry points because for them they say it's two, not two, but 0 and 1. So I'm gonna just duplicate this and then put entry point 1 and then put entry point 2 to 0, like that. And then I come here. This is the use of the sort blocks. It opens that up. So what are we checking with? If last digit is equals to one of the entry points, take an accumulator's trade. So come to a math and then look for this. The not the arithmetic, not math, but logic. I want this compare block. So just remove this. I actually did not need to take this out because it's already here. I just need to change here from come to variable, look for not variable. Don't know why I keep forgetting it sometime. Close that. Come to contract, not contract but ticks. I'm looking for the last digit. It should be somewhere. This one. The last digit on tick and candlestick analysis. This block gives you the last digit of the latest tick value. If you click learn more, you're gonna see how to use it. So just put it here. So it's replacing this. I'm gonna remove that there. And if last digit is equal to entry point. So I noticed Deriv has let me just show you on logic. If you come, there's an this logic operation where you can put an and or an or. Anyone who has done programming knows this is the shortest way to uh, deconstruct an if else if statement. But this logic doesn't seem to work on bot builder. So I don't know if Deriv have done it intentionally or what exactly they did. But since it's not working, we're gonna do it the manual way. So first of all, we check the digits. So come to text and get the text and then put these to last digits. So these are just checks. Remember, I always say if you're trading, it's real money that you're risking. So always put checks so that you're sure that the bot is doing what it's doing. Don't just be happy the bot is winning and you don't know why it's winning. And then you put last digit there. So this set is gonna produce a text called last digit, and then I want to notify the user or show the user the notification. So I drag and drop. So outside the set, but inside the if statement. And then these, I come to variable and I drop text there. So what I mean is this set that is created here, this text that is created here, show the text here. So all I need to do for this is duplicate this. It's a quite easy bot. And then I remove this two and I put this there and I change this to entry point 2. So we are checking if it's 0, do this. If it's 1, do this. If it's neither, do else. Like that. So duplicate, this is a set, put the set there, duplicate, drop the notify there. And then on the variables, I can use one of the many variables that we have. We could use var1, and then here we could use var1. So I just want it to display. That's how you display. What is here is what you take here. It's simple as that. But yes, this will be last digit. So this statement, if statement and else if, will execute a trade. Else will not execute a trade. So drop the set on else and then say last digit. I think I missed last digit, not an entry, like that. And then on this we put the last digit. It's the same thing. And then of course we show the user because we need to know if it's actually showing. And then we could use var2. So these variables are there in the else if statement, but they're not being used. So instead of creating other statements, I just decided to use them. It's very simple to understand, and that's the whole bot. Simple as that. So let's do this. Let's test it. So remember, my stake is 1, my entry point is 1 or 2, or 1 or 0. So if either of these digits is the last digit, it will take a trade. So just give me a moment to open accumulators on the side of my screen so that we are able to compare the trades as they happen. So on the left hand side is the accumulators. make sure on the right hand side is your bot. Make sure what is on the bot is what is on this other end. I'm using 10 index. Remember, we said don't use 10 on S, don't use 25 on S, don't use 50 on S, don't use 75 on S, don't use 100 on S. Use the index markets. So we are testing the strategy. This is from the owner of the strategy. Growth rate. As I told you, if you click here, your stake will grow at 4% per tick as long as the current spot price remains within plus minus 0.0051%, 11% from the previous spot price. Okay, so that's 4%. And then this other end, what we are looking for is this digit to be 0 or 1, and then the trade will be taken. So let's click run. So remember 10 index, 10 index. You can see this is my account 61. Okay, let's see. So you can see I lost the first one. Okay, no problem. We're testing this strategy because the owner shared the strategy. I think it has taken another one. So anytime he sees, I needed to check the journal because the journal is what determines if no, this bot is doing, I think it's doing the wrong thing because last digit not an entry and it took a trade. It should not. It should only take a trade if last digit is 0 or last digit is 1. So let's see. Let's see where we messed up. So if last digit is equals to entry point, and then we show text there, last digit, last digit. Yes, we made a very big mistake. This is why I always say, be sure of what you're doing. So this purchase buy should not be outside. It should be inside there, and it should also be inside there. Because if we leave it outside where it was, it means all these checks we are doing are for stupidity, and that is why we lost the first one because the entry point, the last digit was 9, but you took a trade. So what you do is, so now what will happen is it will only take a trade if this is true, and it will only take a trade if this is true, but it will not take a trade if this block is executed. Sorry for that, guys. I hope whoever was following up on creating the video or creating the bot did not stop before I noted that. So now you can see it's not taking a trade if last digit is not 0 or 1. If it's 0 or 1, it takes a trade. Like that is 0. So it took a trade. So we expect the trade to be closed within, I think, is it 5 minutes? Not five ticks or thereabout. So we lost that one. Let's see. Yeah, we lost that one. So let's see again. So you see 0. Now it's behaving the correct way. So now even if we lose, it's a correct strategy. But this strategy seems to be not behaving so well. Those are two consecutive losses, but I still have $3. So let's keep testing. So that one won. So we're back to 4. Let's see. Let's just go test it yourself. You'll be able to find it on free.moneyagg.com. So this is somebody who asked for this strategy specifically for me to create for them. So I created the bot for them. But for me, I always say I test with live account so that if I make money, I make money. If I lose money, I say we have learned. That is digit 1. So let's see if digit 1 wins. That will come. You can also see it on this other end because you can see the green flags and the red flags. So right now, this strategy for this guy has 2 wins, 2 losses. Let's see. Yeah, 2 wins, 2 losses. So this is the third one. This is a tiebreaker. We lost that one. I think we lost that one. Yeah. Let's see if it will take another one, and also let's also notice when is it losing, when is it making money. These are things that you need to be very careful with, especially in computer generated markets. You need to learn how it's taking trades and how you can use these trades to grow. So this is the last trade I'm gonna let it take. So if it wins this, good, and then we can stop it. So let's stop it there. I don't know what. Oh, so you see, like there, it was going to break, but our trade had already been sold. So let's see here. So you can see it took 3 contracts won, 3 lost, but we went a loss of 2.61. So that tells you that a 4% growth rate is a bit risky. If we were on 3% growth rate, we'll not make as much money quickly, but we'd also not lose as much quickly. But just know accumulators takes your whole account. Like if you're staking with $1, it'll if you lose, it takes that whole $1, just like that. But now this is an automated way to do it. So let's just go through this and learn what it's doing. So the first one was on zero, it lost it. On zero, it lost it. On zero, it won it. Just want to see we can identify a pattern. One, it won. The last digit was one. It won that. Zero, it lost it. So you can clearly see zero seems to be losing a lot, and one, it did well. So if I was you, I would come to this bot and either remove one of these checks or just put both as 1 1, so that it checks the same thing. So if you don't know how to like code the bots very well, but you'll be able to find this bot on free.moneyagg.com. Let me know what else to create for you, and also if you have another bot that you sure can make people money and you want me to assist in creating, just comment and I'm gonna create it for everyone. See you on the next one, guys. And for your deposits and withdrawals, always remember we have deposits and withdrawals on Money AGG. So have the best of luck and bye bye.